Okay, today I'm going to do an unboxing on a Beavercraft Comfort Bird carving kit for beginners. Um, I ordered this about a month ago, and I got it, and it's been sitting waiting for me to unbox it. So we're going to do that today. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, let's just take everything out of the box. Looks like instructions. Two patterns. Bag of goodies. Oh, Coban or safety tape. It's cut resistant. I'll have to figure out what that is. I would assume that's like a beeswax or something of that nature. Nice. Thing polishing compound for strop. Band-aids for those unfortunate incidents. Open that in a second. 2 blocks. This one looks like basswood or lime. And this one kind of looks like cherry, but I'm not sure what that one is. What we got at the bottom? Oh, and a ruler. It has both imperial and metric on it. Nice. And that seems to be all that's in the box. So let's see what we got here. It looks like you have enough for 2. So there's 2 birds. I don't think I need to show the band-aids or the Coban. I'll leave that out. We'll see what this is. I'm assuming it's a wax of some type, but not sure. Yeah, it's a wax. Looks like beeswax. Oh, got a little strop, a knife. What we got here? Sanding paper. Well, that's 220 there. That's a little rougher, so I'll have to see if they tell you what that is. And that's got a foam backer, and that's 320. A nice little knife. I don't know if I'll be comfortable with that. I don't particularly care for the handle. But we'll have to see. This has got a flat grind on it. It just goes right here. It means that there's not a secondary bevel on it. So I don't know how steep the angle is. I'm going to say it's probably 25-ish. So I will probably profile it down to 20. So my grind will go a little bit farther. I don't know, that's something I'll have to deal with. But as far as beginner knife, it's a good beginner knife. Polishing compound for your strop. Nice little piece of leather for a strop. I would put this on. I don't use the smooth side. I always use the rough side. Of course, this is a nice little piece of leather. I'll probably glue that onto a piece of wood so you can use it. I mean, you can hold it like this and use it. But we'll see. Like I said, it's a nice little starter. See what you get in the instructions. Looks like you'll need scissors and glue. Your pattern, you glue. Oh, I guess you're just gluing two sides on. Wrap your fingers. I guess you can. Or, you can buy cut resistant gloves. I like these gloves. They're okay. If I'm going to use one, I'll use a glove. I won't use the tape. It's always good to have tape and band-aids though. Just for the unfortunate accident that you actually stab yourself. After you whittle it down to 2D, you'll put the top one on, and then you'll whittle that down to close your final. Now it gives you instructions on how to strop. So it's just pretty straightforward. Yeah, the sandpaper is 150. There's nothing on there that says it's 150, but you can feel the difference because that one actually had a 220 on it. This one has nothing on it. So I knew it was a different grit, but was not sure what. So it is 150 and then 220, and then it says 320 on this one. So this has got a foam back on it, a little foam backer, so you can get into the final nooks and crannies. And after you polish it, then yep, it is beeswax. So that's what you're supposed to do, but I really wish I would have sent what kind of wood that second piece is. Doesn't say. So, like I said, I'll just have to guess what it is. It's definitely two different types. Like I said, this has to be either basswood or lime wood. I guess it. Yeah, I'm guessing that's cherry or some form of fruit wood, but I'm not sure. I'm just holding this down with my finger. Find the bevel. That's flat. Right there's where the bevel is. And I'm just doing it one time each way at this point to try to get the polishing compound into the leather. Okay. Find your bevel. See how it's turning black? That is actually metal filings off of the knife. So basically, you're just polishing the edge at this point. I do not like this strop system, but I'm going to use what they send. Now, when you strop, make sure when you get to this point, pick it straight up. Same way with the other way. I always do as many strokes one way as I do the other way. That keeps the bevel in the middle. It's sharper here at the end than it is here. This is just a piece of pine that I'm going to see. That's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Now they say use glue, but I want to use some 3M. Doesn't have to be on there perfectly, but makes it lots easier if they line up. Now you have to remove all of this, all of the white area outside of this bird. That might take a while. Let's see how well this carves. Oh boy. That is some hard stuff. Wow. I'm gonna be here a while. So my suggestion is start with the other one first. Yeah, that's pretty hard stuff. I'll be back when I've whittled it down some. Well, I'm not gonna lie. That sucked. That was hard to do. Because whatever wood this is, it is hard. It likes to split out too a little bit. Now I gotta put this thing on. Oh, man, this stuff is just hard. I'll be back after I get this carved out. What we got so far? Well, I guess it's been an hour and a half to get it to here. So that being said, I'm going to either switch knives or switch blocks of wood. Oh, that's marked difference there. Yeah, that comes off pretty good. I mean, my knife is still, this knife is still a little dull. I'll polish it up again and see if I might try this one instead. I cut out the 3 pieces. And then I used a dapping block to indent the wood and then went over it with a marker because I don't want to lose these in case I want to do this again. So that will just give me, you know, good edges to cut. I'll have to put the top back on, but I wanted to show that I did all 3 sides. You can do the bottom too, but it doesn't really matter. So let's get started with this one. So we will do this first. Oh, that's a lot different. So I don't know what this wood is, but it is something really hard. Use the light colored. It's white. It's either pine or basswood. It's not cutting like basswood, so I'm guessing it's a pine of some type or a spruce. Okay, I'll continue with this and I'll be back when it's done. Still, I split out the end a little bit. Luckily, it's going to be thinned down anyway, but you need to be careful going down because and going too fast. I was trying to get off as much as I could, as quick as I could, and I ended up taking a big chunk out of the back. You can use anything hard in order to get this on. I want it about there. You can use carbon paper. You can use your eyeball. I'm just trying to do this along with their instructions with just a little change here. Makes it a little easier. That way if you want to do it again, you can keep the pattern. Okay. Like I said, all it does is put an indentation on the wood so I can rough it out with a marker. And this wood was markedly better than, as far as carving, than the other stuff. There again, I have no clue what kind of wood that is. Okay, now we take out this area here, all that. Oh, I guess I was on the back. See, that would just split out again, so just be careful. Keep your hands out of the way. And what I'm doing, I'm going down at an angle here. I'm going at an angle to get to this line. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. And then I'll take out the center. I'm doing kind of a scooping cut in the middle to try to get this center deeper than the rest. I will be back one more time. Once I get this roughed out, it'll be a lot easier to be a lot quicker. Anyway, be back. That's what I have so far. Now, I'm just gonna look at it. Kind of put my marks in. So it kind of goes. Of course, you have to round it over. I'm gonna leave it flat on the bottom so it doesn't rock and roll whenever I try to set it down. I'm making some stop cuts here. A little stop cut there. Try to define the beak just a little. Go around the head just a little. I don't like to stay in the same spot. I'll see a spot that I really want to fix and go do it for a minute and then come back. Yeah, I would not call this particular, it's not real intricate, but just the amount of material you have to move, just to me, does not kind of lend itself to being a starter or a beginner range. Not saying you can't do it as a beginner, because here I am, I'm doing it. Now we're getting into a little more detail work. Just a little stop cut there on the top of the beak. And I am gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna do a little V-cut here. Now be careful. I used the table a little bit. And I am going at an angle, I'm not going straight in. So I will come back and go the other way. Give that wing just a little room. I'm just setting the line in right now. I will come back and define, because the wing should sit on top of the body. I'm just dropping a line in so whenever I shave it, I don't lose my mark. Again, doing a scooping cut. I'm kind of scooping as I go through. I go through it this way. I'll give the beak a little room here. Marker's getting a little annoying. I'll get rid of it. Going up a little too far on that. Just trimming along. Just looking how it needs to be adjusted. Of course, the picture on the box, the picture in the instructions doesn't really look like the picture here either. Again, doing a scooping cut. Trying to define the shoulders a little bit as I'm doing the back of the head. Definitely not a pigeon. It's what it looks like on the instructions. That's not what it looks like on the patterns. Just trying to even up the sides a little bit. They were a little funky. Try to be careful not to shoot over the tail. I got in trouble the last time. It's a little better. Rounding off, going around the carving, not staying in one place too long. Now I'm using my thumb as a push. Also gives you a little bit better control over just going like this with one hand. And if you have to take a break, take a break. I've been playing guitar and working with my hands for as long as I can remember. So getting a carving knife was not a huge deal for my hand strength. But if you're just starting out, your hand strength is not going to be where you want it to be. It's like anything else. You have to practice in order to make yourself good at it. Getting there. I'll come back to the head later. I want to get this bird's body where it kind of needs to be. This is not my favorite carve so far. No square edges. You just keep taking off the corners until you get where you want. Side of the head is just a little bigger than the other side. Just use pencil. Comes off lots easier. Marker sinks in just a little too far. Continue the cleanup. Now, if you're going to sand this down, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to get rid of these lines here. I thought I might want it to have wings, but I'm thinking it's just going to be it's definitely not a lifelike one. I gotta lose some of the thickness on this tail. Of course, let's not do that yet. Yeah, I thought I wanted wings, but I think not. Doing a lot of scooping cuts on this one, just to try to define it just a little bit. Making sure that I hit every area. I'll leave on the bottom is fine because it'll be down here, but if you want to paint it or finish it or wax it, whatever you want to do, if you leave the sawn edges on, then the stain takes differently, or the finish takes differently to that area. So you want to make sure that you get all of those areas that have been sent to you in block form. You just want to make sure that you have all of those areas hit at least once with the knife to take off the edge, or the surface area, I should say. Going uphill on a cut, you'll split it out. Always try to go downhill. Look be more like a Barnes willow. Or a whippoorwill. Still just shaping this bird. Make it a little thicker in the middle here, right here. And flattened out at the end. Gives a little bit more dimension. This is when a glove comes in handy. Don't get too comfortable with it. You can still cut yourself in it if you really try. I'm not trying. You can relax and do this for a long time, depending on how close you want it to make it look. The bird, again, I'm just trying to give it a good shape. Oh, this is definitely looking more like a barn swallow. It's got a nice long tail. Got a good stiff brush and stand. If I can get some of these fuzzies off. I think I'll take the 220. I don't want anything. I don't want that 150. I don't want to take all the facets off, so I just want to get these fuzzies out of it. You can sand it all the way down. There again, I'm not trying to make it perfect. I don't want to make it all round, because then it looks like you cut a blank on a bandsaw and just sanded it down. Which you can do that with these. There's the hard piece. So, and that's the beginner bird. But all in all, a good setup. Like I said, the knife, I will reprofile the knife. I'm not gonna say I'm not happy with the knife, you know, for what you pay for it, but it's not a horrible knife. It's just definitely not my favorite by any means. But it's a good starter knife if you don't have anything. And this gives you a little glimpse into wood carving. Anyway, thanks for watching.